Hey guys, it's Stacy here. Welcome to my channel, Life's a Project, where I like to share my everyday life projects with you. So in today's video, I thought it'd be fun to share with you a few updates on a couple of past project videos where I planted perennial plants in containers and hanging baskets. I thought it'd be fun to see what they look like now and also give you a few care or maintenance tips, what I plan to do with these plants as we move forward into the cooler months, winter months, early spring. So I hope these tips are helpful. So project 1, close to 3 months ago, I purchased 3 perennial plants, 1 upright sedum here in the center and 2 coral bells, also known as heucheras, and I planted all 3 in hanging baskets. Now I love the project so much. A week or so later I did project 2 where I purchased 2 more of the heucheras or coral bells. The first one I planted in a hanging basket and the second one I planted in a regular container and placed it out next to my mailbox post with other plants. Now I love both projects so much. Now that is what they look like then, and here's what they look like now. So guys, this first plant here, look how gorgeous. I think it's absolutely stunning. One of my favorites. The first of 2 of the Dolce Wildberry heucheras from Proven Winners. You can see the before and now the after. All I've done is just kept this plant happy by keeping it watered. That's all I've done. All of these plants are so low maintenance. Just give them water and they look gorgeous all the time, and they all have been in full sun. Now next, this upright sedum called Autumn Fire. You can see the before and now the after, how much this plant has changed. Now it does not like as much water or fertilizer. Now in the beginning, I did add some granular fertilizer to this container, usually like I always do, not thinking, and in just a few weeks, the plant started to look droopy. Those flower heads just started to kind of bend over, look a little droopy, but they perked up in no time. It did not hurt this plant a bit, and it really started to kind of fill in, and those flower heads began to get tons of buds and get really large and full. Now those buds did start to turn a beautiful white color with these beautiful little white flowers, and then that quickly changed to cover the entire plant in these really beautiful kind of a light pink or a blush pink color. Super beautiful. And then those blush pink flowers turned into a darker pink, trying to turn more red now. So as time goes on, these flower heads will start to fade. Now they do provide some really beautiful winter interest, so I'm going to leave them on and then cut them back in the spring, and then I will have fresh spring growth come up for next year. But you can also, when you're tired of looking at these flower heads, you can also just cut them off after they are finished blooming in the fall. So the next plant on the end here, this beautiful heuchera called Black Pearl from Proven Winners. You can see the really dark foliage color, super beautiful, but underneath the underside of the leaves, that beautiful kind of berry color, just this fuchsia purple. I love it. Now this plant has gotten ginormous, the biggest of them all. Super beautiful. You can see how it's filled in, looks absolutely gorgeous. Again, one of my favorites. Now over here, this one is called Mahogany Monster, another heuchera by Proven Winners. This was part of the project 2. Now you can see how it started when I first planted it up in this hanging basket. It looks a little sad, a little small, but still beautiful with those beautiful red leaves that remind me of autumn leaves. I just love it for a fall container. So when I purchased this heuchera for that project video, I also purchased another Dolce Wildberry heuchera, that beautiful purple color. I just can't get enough of this plant. So I planted it in a smaller container that I can just place wherever I want to, really, but I decided to place it near the mailbox area, and I did an update showing you what it looks like now in a recent video of decorating my home for fall. You can see how well this plant has done in this container. Again, all I've done is just given it water, and it looks so pretty. It's been in full sun. You can see the before at a different angle and what it looks like now. So these plants are just fantastic. Now, all of these plants I think are zone 4 through 9. Now, I live in Kentucky. I'm a zone 6. So all of these plants are fine to stay in their containers through the winter months. Now, I can go and remove all of these plants and plant them out into the ground, out into the landscape, out into flower beds, just whatever. But I will just keep them in their containers. I will take down the hanging baskets, and I'll probably just put them in a more protected area up near my house, maybe on top of my gravel mulch, and then I'll just give them enough water to keep them happy, to keep them from drying out. They don't need as much water in the winter. And then when spring comes, I will cut all of the kind of damaged or any foliage or leaves that look kind of bad and have winter damage, and I'll just cut those back and leave the fresh growth to bloom out in the spring. So guys, that is it for this video. If you have any questions or comments, place those down in the comment section below. And don't be afraid to buy perennial plants. They are usually a little more costly up front than annual flowers, but they come back year after year and you're able to enjoy them over and over again. So it's well worth the investment. So guys, I thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.